What is up, Nintopians? You successfully launched the show that brings the hype and fixes the canon. We promise you fully evergreen content, meaning this show is always fun, always relevant, and never justified. Your mission, if you choose to accept it. You love the show, you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. By the way, guys, Apple Podcasts has been giving issues for a long time, and I fixed it. I just uploaded the first 3 episodes. After the show today, I'll make sure that all episodes are uploaded to the Apple Podcast so you can rewatch them. It's evergreen, so you can. All right. And right here on the Mike Odyssey channel, Paul Gale, and with, of course, our queen, Joycey J. We drop the blue shell every single week. Don't get KO'd. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Don't forget to like the stream as well. All right, grab your mushrooms and your master sword. Let's press start, especially your master swords, because today we are celebrating The Legend of Zelda's 40th anniversary. Zelda's a middle-aged lady now. She's middle-aged. Look at that sword. Look at that sword that Paul is.
Sir, I refuse to call myself middle-aged just yet.
So yeah, 40 years of The Legend of Zelda. Before we dive right in, Joyce, I want to pass it over to Joycey, and she has a special message that she wants to share with you all today.
Thank you, Mike. So if you all notice, we are down a co-host, unfortunately. Shout out to Lily Hyrule, our other queen of Hyrule. She is just having some in real life things going on, guys. So she's just choosing to step down for now. So we want her to, happy health and all that other good stuff while she just kind of gets through the things she has to go through. So if she's coming back, we kind of don't know. So yeah. So that part we don't know. But wish her good vibes and prayers and everything like that. And yeah. So she's gonna be okay.
Yeah, so we send her all of our love from here, from the Nintopians podcast. This chat also put hearts in the chat for Lily, for hearts in the chat, and of course we hope that everything is well. We'll keep you in thoughts and prayers, and of course doors are always open. All right, so The Legend of Zelda 40th anniversary is not today, the recording of the video, but the next day, tomorrow. Paul, what do you got to tell us about that?
Yeah. Tomorrow in gaming history, one of the most iconic franchises of all time made its debut on Nintendo's Famicom system, their equivalent of the Nintendo Entertainment System released elsewhere in the world. The game's launch date was February 21st, 1986. It went on to selling 6.5 million copies that first game. So off the bat, it was a really big success. The series now, after 40 years, has sold over 180 million copies worldwide, with The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom being the latest mainline big game with 22.4 million and counting. And yeah, we've got a lot of history to go over and a lot more Zelda to come for, I'm sure, another 40 plus years.
So you said 22 million for Tears of the Kingdom so far?
22.4, yeah.
Wow. That's
and
good.
Breath of the Wild is
35.4.
30.
That's saying something, because remember, Breath of the Wild came out when the Switch came out in 2017. Yeah.
The wild thing is, after Tears of the Kingdom had its initial debut and its first couple of quarters after, for the majority of the quarters since then, Breath of the Wild sells more every quarter than Tears of the Kingdom. It's interesting. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because people that want to get into The Legend of Zelda, right? And if they have to pick between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they're gonna go with Breath of the Wild first. That's and so I that wasn't my first game, but that was my first feeling of falling in love with the series. Breath of the Wild was for me, And although I did play Zelda on NES, I was there. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you my age, but I was there. and I enjoyed the NES experience. Breath of the Wild just hit differently for me, as a mental explorer myself, because in my head I like to go exploring, and I'm a nerd. I like puzzles and I like exploring and I like finding my own way. And Breath of the Wild, just like the first NES game, makes you find your own way. You have to, they drop you right in the middle of something. You can go anywhere you want. And so I think that's what kind of got me, uh, as I do feel right now for The Legend of Zelda, where I'm currently playing for the very first time, the Twilight of the Princess, of the Twilight of the Princess. And so, yeah, yeah, it's I'm enjoying it. It's twisting.
Can I ask where you are?
Right.
Well, I'm in the second. I'm about to enter the second dungeon area.
Okay.
So I'm still in the beginning, but yeah,
Okay.
still the beginning. I turned into a wolf twice already, and then I turned back into Link twice again. So yeah, taking my time with it, just enjoying it, and I'm loving it. Like it.
I think Twilight Princess was one of the highest selling Zelda games before Breath of the Wild. Paul, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, Twilight Princess, if you combine all versions, I mean that's the thing, like do you combine all versions or just individually? If you combine like the GameCube, Wii, and Wii U version, it's at 10.1 million. If you take away Wii U's release because the other two came out like month and month apart, then you're looking at like 8.9 million. So it was a very high selling Zelda game. Not as high as Ocarina of Time's 14.6, but then again, that's Ocarina of Time's 14.6 if you combine the 6.4 million from 3DS. So do you combine every version or not? I don't know. If you combine, if you look at it just like per system, then yeah, it's definitely a high seller, one of the top.
Yeah.
And it's a really good game too. I hope that it becomes more easily accessible for this generation, because the Wii U release, it's actually kind of old now. It's not the more time has gone from the Wii U game to now than from the GameCube original to the Wii U game.
Yeah, I agree. HD doesn't feel as innovative as it did back then when we were getting all these 4K updates to resolution and switched to editions of games. So Nintendo, listen, you have the app, you have you have the Nintendo Today app, right? There's no reason why you can't give us tomorrow, the actual anniversary, a drop of maybe Twilight Princess, HD with the Switch 2 edition for no price at all. Well, I can't. It can't be free, but you can't get a free update from Wii U to Nintendo Switch. It doesn't work. That would be cool. But I think it's time, because at least for the 35th anniversary, I know we did have a general direct, and even though Nintendo didn't acknowledge the 40th anniversary during that direct, right? They did give us a Skyward Sword, and we got some cool little Joy-Cons for Zelda, right? And then Aonuma was apologizing for not having more information on the Breath of the Wild sequel, because at the time it didn't even have a name. It didn't even have a name yet. Yeah, and so at least something, and I want to see something on the Today app acknowledging the 4th anniversary. Nintendo can't be completely quiet about it. It should. Although last time they were, but hopefully they do something tomorrow. I don't know. Something inside of me kind of expects it.
I don't.
Yeah.
A, it's weekend.
Yeah, you're right.
Nintendo isn't always as interested in their own anniversaries as we are, unless it's surrounding something they want to sell us. And I don't mean that in the shady way. Sometimes, a lot of times it's a game, which is great.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's a Game and Watch or a talking flower or an alarm. I'm just saying, or another system. So I just don't expect them to say anything over the weekend when Japan is off already. And then also somebody said that they don't usually talk about Zelda on her anniversary. They usually wait until summer, fall to talk about
do.
Zelda,
Yeah.
even if it's a anniversary thing. So, and I'm not trying, and I'm so sorry. I see like sad faces in the chat. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to kill your vibe. I just don't want anybody's feelings to be hurt when they wake up tomorrow and see nothing. Okay, so please don't feel bad and know that Zelda is coming. Okay, eventually it will come.
Yeah.
Nintendo, like Zelda's like, even without Breath of the Wild, it's just like 22 million. That's a hot one for them. They're not gonna stop making Zelda games. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. I mean, at least you gotta give it to Nintendo that when they do an anniversary, they don't just kind of like throw it, and that's it. When they do it, they actually do it. And I think it's because they want to give Mario some time. We have a Mario movie coming up. As of the recording of this video, Mario Galaxy movie is coming out April 1st. Not April Fools. It's real. They changed it from the 3rd to the 1st, and it's happening. And so, how many days till the movie comes out?
Oh, geez. 40 off the top of my head, I think.
Yeah, but countdown going on, Paul. Come on, Paul.
I do, but off the top of my head. 39, I think 40. Yeah.
So the movie's around the corner. Mario Galaxy, it looks phenomenal. I know people are. There's a lot of rumors out there. There's a lot of speculation. A little hint of something comes in the corner, and people are speculating it's a certain character. I wish it was. It would be great. But we'll find out more later on. But Nintendo's giving Mario some time. They are. I'm sure that for Mario Day next month, March 10th, they're also going to have something nice going on for the 4th anniversary. But then when it ends, when Mario movie is out and the anniversary for Mario ends, then they'll hit the Legend of Zelda 4th anniversary towards the summer. They don't see it as, it's happening right tomorrow. They see it, this is the year of the 4th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda. And so they have all year to celebrate. So
I like what you said. There's a window.
Yeah.
February is the 40th anniversary of when the game launched in Japan. August next year is the 40th anniversary of when it launched in the United States. November 15th next year, 2027, is the 40th anniversary of when it launched in Europe. So you could still call it the 40th anniversary. Anything from like now through November of 2027 said this is the 40th anniversary window because that is still accurate. Like, I consider the Zelda movie to be a part of the 40th anniversary celebration because it comes out at May 2027. That's after now / tomorrow, yet before Zelda's debut in North America and Europe. So the movie is a part of the Zelda 40th anniversary celebration. Whether they acknowledge it or not, dang it, it is. So, I'll tell you it is.
But let me tell you, it's a big deal that we're getting a live action movie of The Legend of Zelda. And that's like the biggest thing right now for the franchise. And I think that's the main reason why Nintendo's going to go as bigger than they ever have before with the anniversary, because they want to celebrate that. It's like, hey, we're this is a new era. We're bringing the Legend of Zelda live action to theaters for the very first time. I know there's been a lot of fan made movies and stuff like that, but guys, this is the real thing, right? This is a canon movie, with real actors. I mean, we have not yet seen who plays Ganondorf or who plays it. We saw Impa, right? We saw Impa. That was that league
Unofficially.
Yeah. But everybody knows who she is. She's a great actress. She's in the show.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
Do you know the actress? Do you know the name?
I forgot her name. You guys told me, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
That what's happening so far with the
Uh-huh.
very, very little information that we have
Yeah.
is it's what I said before. Link and Zelda will probably fresh faces or
Yeah.
very, and then the people around them, what will bring other audiences
Mm-hmm.
are the celebrities.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
I
There you
think
go.
Ganon is somebody really well known,
Henry Cavill.
and I know we have all kind of thoughts on who it could be, but you have to
Yeah.
remember at the end of the day, it's
Mm-hmm.
all camera angles and good makeup and good
Of
lighting.
course. Yeah.
They can get, oh God, what's my favorite? My boo from Game of Thrones, Tyrion.
Tyrion.
Peter Dinklage. That was
Okay.
my boo. Because I said, any man who can talk like that can just intelligence overload. He was great as
Yeah.
Tyrion. But all camera angles and everything and paint him green, they could make us believe that he's Ganon. You see what I mean? For years, nobody knew Prince was like 5'1"
Uh-huh.
because of camera angles, and he wore heels. If you notice a lot of his videos, he either gets a co-star who's same height or a little bit shorter, or very rarely a little bit taller, and with the camera angles, you could never really, he seemed like the tallest of the average man, but nobody knew until they saw him in person how small he was. So
Yeah.
it's amazing with what they can do with camera angles. So what all that rambling to say,
Uh-huh.
Ganon could literally be anybody.
Yeah,
Paul,
you're right.
what you really be doing with your day when you're not live streaming? Is that a set back there?
Dun dun dun! I'm Ganondorf. Ha 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 ha.
You wouldn't be able to say that because you'd be under NDA, so it's not you.
Yeah.
Mike, what have you been doing?
I like Paul. Paul's a pretty tall guy. I met him in person, right? He's about 2 inches, like maybe 2 inches taller than me. And so I don't think Paul is Ganondorf. Paul is too short for Ganondorf. Even with his height. And Paul is too nice for Ganondorf too. He couldn't play.
Nice.
Paul could not play a villain anywhere.
Paul, you would break too much. Like every time they would like, okay, ready, action. You would just be like, so you're Link. How do you enjoy the series? Do you play in your off time? Cut.
Come here, Link.
Not the line.
Let's play some Nintendo Switch 2 together.
Paul, tell the director how many days left.
Hey, West Paul. Cut. There are 550 days until the release of The Legend of Zelda.
Paul? He goes, Paul? There are more days left because you're delaying them.
You're not playing your role. It would be cool though, like, if like Nintendo could like put you just in. I would totally love to be just an extra.
Oh yeah.
Sure. And just be there. And soak it all up. I know I don't talk about it as much because it's just so far away, so there's no reason getting into hype overload like right now. But I think probably about specifically March 28th next year, because that's my birthday, I'm going to start my own Zelda hype train until the movie comes out in May. That's like my birthday. I'm already telling everybody. That's also my birthday present next year. My birthday present this year, the girls are taking me to see the Mario Galaxy movie, but next year I'm like y'all know y'all got to take me to see Zelda.
No, next year we have to go to the premiere in Hollywood. So we all gonna meet over by Paul's house, and wear our best Zelda. Paul, we need to get some Zelda suits. You have a Mario one, but we gotta find a Zelda suit.
I wonder if I can get a dress made out of Urbosa's Gerudo.
That'll be insane.
But I want a full dress though. I'm too old to be having everything hanging out now.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and keep hitting at the movie, because we have 3 things we want to talk about today. The first one, of course, is the Legend of Zelda live action movie. That's the biggest thing that's happening right now. We don't even know if a new game is coming. We know it's being made. We don't know when but we do know there is a live action movie coming next year. And we could say that next year. And look at how fast this year is passing. Right now, it is February 20th. February only has like 8 more days left, and then we are already in March, which is the 3rd month of the year. That leaves only 9 more months left to make it 2026, and 2027, and then we are in the year of Zelda. Right. The second thing we're gonna do, of course, is talk about what game is our favorite. We're gonna pick our top 5 Zelda games. We're gonna go ahead and do like a little what do you call that, tier list, whatever. Is that
It's our own personal 5
ranking, right?
5 ranking best Zelda games.
Yeah, we're gonna rank, and then we're gonna talk about our craziest prediction for the Legend of Zelda live series, and we'll end with that craziest thing ever. It has to be super creative. It has to be super crazy. It can't be this realistic. It has to be super realistic.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, we can do that, right? So, live action movie. We know it's coming out next year in May. So far, we got Bo Bragatson playing Zelda, and then we have Ainsworth. What's his first name?
Oh, what is his name? Benjamin.
Benjamin Ainsworth playing Link. I at the beginning when they first, before they announced the cast, I'm like, no, they have to be named. They have to be named. But at the same time, I'm like, who could it be? I mean, I'm thinking about names that who could play, and there really isn't that many people out there that could pull off a good Link and good Zelda and make us believe that they Link and Zelda. And so when they actually announced the two actors, which they're known in their respective way, but they're not worldwide known, they're not household names. They will be, but I think this is perfect. This is perfect because when we're watching the movie, I'm not thinking about Tom Holland swinging as Spider-Man, or I'm not thinking about Willy Wonka with this other kid. I'm thinking about Link, and I'm thinking about Zelda. Yeah. And I think they hit the mark, and I agree with Joycey that the supporting cast is where Nintendo's gonna go big. Well, maybe we'll have Tom Holland as single. Who knows?
What I just watched?
What are we gonna say, Paul?
You know what I just watched recently? My family and I watched the live action How to Train Your Dragon.
Uh-huh.
First of all, it was fantastic.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it was really, really good. But were the 2 main actors not totally like, oh my gosh, that could be Link and Zelda right there?
Yeah.
The costume, the look, the fun attitude between them, the chemistry. I'm like, these 2, had they been cast as Link and Zelda, I could have seen it, but probably good not, because then it would have been like, these 2, despite going well together, they're a part of that, and let them be somebody different than Zelda. And Zelda has 2 new people that will be a pair going forward, not previously, associated with a film like, oh, that's Luke and Leia from Star Wars. That's very different in this case, but just the point. But like, that movie was so good, and it's just another one of like if the Zelda movie is as good as that was, I was telling, like, I felt kind of bad watching the movie, talking like through it, saying, I was talking through it saying, man, imagine how good the Zelda's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like, if it's as good as this. And I'm like, guys, you see that? Just picture, but like going through Hyrule with Zelda music right now. And but it was a really good movie, and I wasn't trying to dismiss it, but it got me so freaking hyped for Zelda. And I'm like, if the Zelda movie is as good as this in terms of casting, time, not rushing, boss battles, progression, story arc, humor, costume, wardrobe, set pieces, it's going to be one of the most fabulous movies of all time, because the source material is legendary.
Yeah.
If it's just handled as well as that movie, it's going to be an incredible film. And I don't think it's that difficult to just follow, because like, you're not cramming 40 years of Zelda in it. You're just making a 2-hour film with enough Zelda. Make it a tight, cohesive story. There's nods that you could have and fun that you could play with, but you don't have to throw everything. You've got trilogy, you've got movie potential for 4 and 5 and 6. So don't worry about it. Just make one good movie for now. I think they've got this. I have faith in Westball. Let's go. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped.
You brought up the perfect movie if people want to have an idea of how this, because I saw the movie too, How to Train a Dragon. It is a phenomenal one, and I saw the movie right before I went to the actual theme park. at Epic Universe, and this is amazing, incredible. So yeah, if you haven't watched How to Train Your Dragon, that's a movie highly recommended if you want to have an idea, because they're both fantasy worlds, right? We have dragons in this world and how they brought them to life. The actors did a phenomenal job, and so yeah, I'm with Paul on that one. Josie, have you seen that movie, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action one?
I'm so sorry, I have not. I am I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm a little bit of a hermit. So I usually go out when it's time to go walking, and you need your vitamin D break, because I was very low and vitamin D deficient. And then I go out with somebody, a nice gentleman, come to my house, bring me flowers, and everything, and when the girls want to go out. I actually have a family member coming to stay with me. I think the beginning of next month. Nice. So I'm like, oh Lord, I'm going to be outside all month.
But so I saw a movie on movies. It's on Apple TV. I saw it on Apple TV. The How to Train Your Dragon. I'm not sure if is it on HBO Max. I think it is. I'm not sure where.
Is it on Netflix?
It's a Universal Movies, right? It's a Universal movie.
Oh,
I forgot where we watched.
I don't think Universal.
Peacock. It's on Peacock. It's on Peacock. Yeah, it's on Peacock.
We have too many streaming services at this point. We might as well all go back to cable.
For real,
I'm just waiting for the bubble to burst.
Yeah.
So cable is forced to go back down,
Mm-hmm.
or we're forced to all get one streaming service. I don't want to because by the time you pay for, I'm sorry, y'all, side quest. Look, I can get on my soapbox, because by the time you buy every single streaming service so you can watch all the things that you like, you have basically paid a cable bill.
You have, yeah, a little more.
And then think about your music. I only have Apple Music, but there's some people who have Spotify and Apple Music and Pandora and everything else. So I'm just like, lower the price of cable. I have been somewhat living without television for about 8 years.
Yeah, me too.
I have YouTube and Netflix. And that's why I'm out of the loop and I am unhip and not cool. So, however, I did the last time I had cable is when Game of Thrones was on. Because I was like, this is worth like $200 a month. Just yes. And then we got to the final season and I called as the credits rolled because I was so mad. And I wasn't mad at my cable company. So the gentleman that helped me was very nice. And I told him, I said, I need to cancel my HBO. And he's like, a lot of people are canceling HBO tonight. He said, I'm so sorry to hear that, ma'am. And of course he offers me things. And then he's like, what was the reason you're canceling? I said, I'm canceling until HBO can have a series that has an ending that makes sense. True Blood didn't make no sense. Sopranos didn't make no sense. I'm sorry, y'all. We were talking about Zelda, but you get the point, though, right?
I mean, but at least Soprano left it up to your interpretation.
I don't want it left up to my interpretation. Tell me what the heck happens. Do they all die at the end? As long as the end of the story makes sense, I'm okay. End of Game of Thrones didn't make no sense. End of True Blood made no sense. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, we done gone through all this stress just for this mess to happen. HBO, get it together, y'all. Get it together. And from what I've heard, you still haven't gotten it together.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with Zelda, by the way. But yeah, y'all.
Yeah.
Streaming is too expensive and cable is too expensive. But I'm excited for the Zelda movie. I cannot wait for it. I hope I don't want the time to go by fast. Because I'm just planning on enjoying life until it's time for hype. And so yeah. So
right.
I haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon, but when I think about but my brain is broad enough, and also just the things I do see, I know that having a completely fantastical Hyrule is possible. Yeah, they can make dragons, they can make Gorons, they can make the Zoras, they can make the Rito, they can make or CGI good CGI, whatever they have to do. I mean, one of the things whenever I talk about something like this, I always think about the Thriller video back in the day. and I've
Mhm.
talked about this before, and you look at the behind the scenes and all the different things they were able to do with lighting and smoke and mirrors. And I mean, it was Michael Jackson. I mean,
I mean, it was the
makeup and
70s.
things. It was a very late 70s because I think Thriller came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
But the point is that at that time they were still able to make it work for the vision that they had. So if they were able to do that back then without the CGI, with
Mhm.
just the regular makeup tricks and mirrors, what can we do with all the technology we have now? So there is no reason that we shouldn't have dragons flying,
I mean, watch it.
lasers,
Okay,
big
Joyce, you,
bosses.
you got homework to do, Joyce, because you
Yes,
have to
sir.
watch How to Train Your Dragon.
Do you
Watch
have
it.
a red box nearby?
I'm
Red
sure I
box,
do.
is that still a thing?
I'm
I
sure I
think
do.
it is.
Do you have
Go
blood?
into your- walk into your like. I was just talking with my kids about like, man, how times are changing. You had the video store rental era, then you had like the Redbox era, and then I'm like, I'm not sure if Redbox is still around, but I think I still see some. So I think it is, but we're in a streaming era. But like, if you have a Redbox nearby, you just go up to the machine and you slap a credit card and you pay $2 and you take the thing back. Usually it's at your grocery store or something like that. But actually, I think it's around because I've seen some, but I
Yeah.
actually don't know when the last time was. Dang it. Is Redbox still around? Redbox
I
was kind
think
of a
I
good
know where
deal.
one
Yeah,
is.
Redbox is gone. Just like that. I mean,
Darn.
I'm like, just yesterday I found out that there was a series that they made up on Blockbuster Video. I'm like, wait a minute, they made a TV show sitcom based on Blockbuster Video, and they canceled it on the first season without me even having to know. I learned it yesterday, but I it was from 2024. I'm like, what the heck? Where was I when they came out? Because if I would have watched it, I would have promoted it, and maybe it would have gotten a little more love. But
I
Blockbuster
am
Video was.
checking on Netflix to see if it's at least on Netflix. And the only reason I have Netflix is because it's free through my
Yeah.
mobile phone plan.
I don't
that's
think it's
the
on
only reason
Netflix.
I have it.
I don't think it's on Netflix unless you have a VPN. Yeah, it's on Peacock because it's Universal. That's where I bought it. I bought the movie on the
Nope.
Apple TV store.
It's here.
It's
is
on
here.
Netflix.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
probably
then.
how
All
I
of
saw
them.
it.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
okay.
not the animated one. The live action one.
Yeah, it's on here.
There's a sequel to the animated. There's a cartoon series.
Yeah, don't watch the animated. Watch the live action one. Live action. That's the one that we talk about when it comes to the cinematography, the scenery, how it looks when they're flying, how all that stuff. The dragons. Yeah,
It's on here.
but yeah. So
There's the real live action one, and there's 3 animated ones. So they're all in here.
Yeah, the live action one. So Legend of Zelda live action movie. I'm sure that, like, for example, when not Game of Thrones, what's this other movie? Lord of the Rings started, right?
Mhm.
It started at a certain point in the story, right? I'm pretty sure that there was backstory and there was lore already established when the movie started, and then we met the main characters on already, on something, right? For The Legend of Zelda, it's a very easy story to tell, right? Link has not met yet Zelda. They get together, they find out their destinies, and then they're off on the journey, right? And then they introduce characters along the way, a lot of Easter eggs, and so on, right? So I'm guessing that, well, Wes Ball is like that. If you like, if you want to know how Wes Ball directs and his cinematography also, watch The Last Planet of the Apes, the one it's another amazing movie. I thought that was going to be Zelda because she would have been perfect. She's the right age and everything. She's a great actress, the one from that movie. But and then also you guys have some homework. Go watch other movies from Bo Bragatson and Ainsworth too. So you guys can know how they act. They're really good actors, both of them. And so we know at least that we got really good actors in Link and Zelda. But yeah, I think this movie is going to be great, and I think it's going to be a good introductory to the Legend of Zelda for a lot of people in the mainstream. Right? And then from there, they jump into the games. Don't expect the movie to be based on any video game. Okay, expect the movie to be one that might have Easter eggs from video games, in the, that we know of. This is what they did with the Mario movie. They made it although it's not the same story wise, but with the Legend of Zelda, they're out to tell a story. And remember, just like Joshi said, this is a legend. In Imposter, this is a legend. So maybe the story they tell is not Ocarina of Time. It's not. It's one of the legends of the Legend of Zelda. One of the stories in the legend of the entire Hyrule place thingy. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's
I'm
basically
excited.
like it's the same legend. It's basically like it's this, in my opinion, it's the same legend over and over again. It's almost like telephone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I heard it this way, but actually, factually, it happened this way, and then
Mm-hmm.
all these years go by, and and just exactly how history works now.
Can you imagine if they start the movie with an old Zelda, like a really, really old Zelda telling the story?
Do you have any idea how much I would love the heck out of that? No, and I want it to be Link, though. I want it to be Link. Let Link speak.
Like a really, really old Link. A really, really old Link. Telling his...
And then and at the end, it's revealed that he was the Link from the story or whatever. And he's telling the next generation. Man. Okay. A movie's coming out very soon. We can talk about it all night. Let's go ahead and get into our game ranking.
Oof.
Okay? Let's get into our video game ranking. For me, it's gonna be easy. I can do it right away because I haven't played as many Zelda games as my co-host here. I'm currently playing one. And I've so far, based on the beginning of the game, I can already rank this one because rank at least the first couple of hours. But I'll go ahead and start really quickly with my ranking.
And I want to go last because I got to step away for 2 seconds. So I want to go last.
Okay. So
be right back.
The first ranking I have to give, like the first place. Actually, I'm gonna start from the bottom. To the top. Okay. At the bottom, I will have to put let's see here. Echoes of Wisdom. It's not because it's bad. Remember, it's top 5. It's top 5. So there could be other below it. It's not because it's bad, right? But it's in my top 5 ranking from bottom to top, right? So Echoes of Wisdom is number 5 on my list. I love that it's Nintendo's first game where Zelda is the main character. We have Link on the side where you can control from time to time. But Zelda shines well in that movie, and I think that kind of paints a picture to what we might see in the movie. Also, having an active Zelda that is just she has it all together. She's a fighter. I love Fi. Try. Try is Zelda's little friend, like Fi. So it's Zelda's little friend in the game with the little triangles, the little 3 triangles that are floating in the air. Very nice. I love the mechanics of the game. My number 4 game is, I would have to give it A Link to the Past. No, wait. A Link's Awakening, number 4. A Link's Awakening, and I'm talking about the remake, the one, the new one. I number 4. I love about that. I love that it's a crazy story that has nothing to do with Legend of Zelda, and it's just a dream. And it takes place. Is it even Hyrule? It's not Hyrule. I know that he has to wake the wind fish and Koholint Island. And so I love that the game is completely out of the canon. It's like a little break from the story, from the Ganon, from the Triforce, from the Hyrule. Even Zelda's not even in it, right? And Link has this little friend, little I forgot her name. It's not Midnight. But I love the fact that game is like a little breath of fresh air breather outside of the whole Legend of Zelda story. Number 3, A Link to the Past. I love that game since NES. And so I'll let Joycey I know it's gonna be on her list, so I'll let her talk about that game, Link to the Past. Number 2, I'm gonna say Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is my number 2 on my list. Just because of it wouldn't be number 2 if Breath of the Wild wasn't number 1. That's what I have to say. So number 2, Breath of the Wild. I mean, I'm sorry, Tears of the Kingdom. Just because it gave us the biggest, craziest Zelda game ever when it comes to how the scope of the game. Not only do we have the sky, we have the Middle Earth, and we have Middle Earth is like Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, and then we have the depths. And I love that Tears of the Kingdom introduced us to the depths, although apparently they've always been there, because we learned in Age of Imprisonment that the depths are also there, and that's the beginning of Hyrule. And so we don't see the depths throughout the entire Legend of Zelda story until Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm guessing Tears of the Kingdom is a very important game when it comes to kind of telling you how big Hyrule really is. And of course, Breath of the Wild, which was the game that kind of made me fall in love with the franchise. The fact that it just because I loved the Legend of Zelda, the very first game that just drops you up in the middle there. You pick up your take this if you want to live, Terminator, but it's dangerous out. It's dangerous out there, I'm like, take this if you want to live, kind of Terminator kind of thing there. Breath of the Wild really made me a real Zelda fan, I believe. The stories, the memories, even the little poop you collect from the, and so. Breath of the Wild is my favorite, my first game, and on my list. And so far, it's doesn't look like there's at least until the next 3D Zelda, So Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and Echoes of Wisdom are my top 5.
That's a good list. And you can't go wrong because there is no bad Zelda game made by Nintendo.
Yep.
And for that matter, by Capcom, because Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons are canon. I'm not talking about Philips CDI Zelda titles. I'm talking about, Nintendo proper games, including the Tecmo Koei Hyrule Warriors spin-off Zeldas. There is no bad Zelda game, so really it's a great list no matter what. I'm gonna go like Mike did and go from 5 to 1. 5 and 4, they could almost be interchangeable, and I feel bad having a 5 because darn it, 6th place and 7th place as honorable mentions, they don't make it, but whatever. My number 5, I think I got to go with The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. It is an excellent game. It's big on dungeons. I played the heck out of it on Wii, but I thought it was great being kind of the first Zelda game to be this cross-platform thing that they ended up doing, sometimes again later. But that was sort of the start of it. It was the successor to Ocarina of Time visually that I wanted ever since that Space World 2000 demo showing off what next-gen Link and Ganondorf could look like, instead getting the Wind Waker, which was, a very different visual. So Twilight Princess satisfied that visual desire. I thought Midna as a character went from being really cute and fun to really, I don't want to spoil it, but enchanting and powerful and beautiful. And the music in that game, the sophistication of Zelda, the way she looked, being like, wow, that's a princess. Whoa, she fights for her kingdom. And good bosses. I also have a bit of a bias because the lead up to that game, I got to go to E3 back in 2004, 2 years before the game came out, and be a part of the Zelda Twilight Princess booth before Wii was a thing even. And just that booth, I'll never forget that memory So that kind of ties into the experience. Even Mike a couple days ago said, "Hey, Paul, I found you in the game, the Gale Boomerang."
Yeah.
And that very joke I made back at E3 2004 saying, "Hey, look at that. Paul Gale's in the game." And I got the Gale Boomerang. So it was like, what a throwback. Wonderful game. Love it.
Before
What a
you move
great-
on, quick question. You mentioned you played Twilight Princess in the Wii. Did you play with motion controls also on the Wii?
Yes, at that E3 it was on GameCube, but when
Yeah.
I played it was on Wii with motion controls at launch.
So you have to also do the movements for the swords,
Yeah.
just like in
Skyward Sword.
yeah, Skyward Sword.
Yes. The controls
Sort
were
of.
not the same one-to-one, but in some ways easier because it required less finesse. Like Skyward Sword was built around horizontal and vertical strikes and moving it around, which made some animations look a little funny, kind of. Whereas Twilight Princess, it was like in place of the B buttons actions on the GameCube controller. So in some ways, it was simpler but better controls, even though the Wii remote was more intricate. But yeah, it was motion, and I loved it. I loved Twilight Princess. In fourth, and like I said, these two could almost go back and forth, but it is The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. That was a surprise title because here we thought for the last couple of years in development, they showed us realistic Link and Ganondorf at Space World 2000. And then here we see this little cartoon Link, which looked odd, and these bad guys, and it's a cartoon. I'm like, are you making the game a joke? No, it just looks like an animated cartoon. But I was on board. Like, I see the vision being very different with Link's eyes and stuff like that. But like, boy, this isn't what I was hoping for as the next Zelda game. But I loved the game. It was a little bit smaller in terms of amount of dungeons, but the ocean was such a new thing. The music has lasted. The charm is there. The visuals have stuck around as good as A Link to the Past has, kind of. The equivalent, because Link to the Past sort of has a timeless charm to it, and the Wind Waker also kind of does. I love the mini games. I loved the inclusion of Makar, the animation, the puffs of smoke, the battle with Ganondorf, the waterfall. Like the Wind Waker, I think gets my number 4. In number 3, it is The Legend of Zelda: The Tears of the Kingdom.
Nice.
Tears of the Kingdom. It is bigger and a little bit better looking than Breath of the Wild. As we had on our debate podcast, in some ways it outdoes Breath of the Wild, but not in every area, not in every gameplay mechanic. You might like bombs better than having, bomb attachments. You might like stasis and magnesis and stuff like that better than Ultra Hand. You might just like the ability to have Rivali's Gale over Tulin and the ability to rocket yourself up. I think it was a little bit more refined of experience, despite loving what Tears of the Kingdom had. Breath of the Wild being, you could kind of guess if Tears of the Kingdom is number 3, what might be higher. But I love Tears of the Kingdom. I liked the assists that you got from your guardians. I enjoyed the sky. I was impressed with the ground beneath, even if I didn't explore all of it. I loved the extra animation and details that went into little things like launching up into the air to then uncover a new area, and the arms grabbing Link and shooting him up and all that kind of stuff. Like, I thought that was a neat new touch that Breath of the Wild didn't have. And just how big the game was, some amazing music, the Master Sword being way different than I expected how to get it. It was another legendary title. In number 2, it's The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. It was my favorite game of all time for 20 years. A couple of games contested it over the years where I was like, oh, wow, is Perfect Dark kind of up here with Ocarina? Yeah, but not for as long lasting. It's Ocarina still number 1. Oh, how about this Super Mario Galaxy? Or, what about, Twilight Princess? Oh, by the time Skyward Sword come around, gosh, the writing has improved a lot, the music has improved a lot, but some of that is based off of technology. And like you look at the literature in Ocarina and you look at Skyward Sword, I'm like, the narrative is so much better. But like Ocarina was special. It had the young Link, the old Link. It had time travel, which is a personal thing for me that I'm big on. Like, you give me Terminator, you give me Groundhog Day, you give me Back to the Future. I love the time travel element. I always have. That's one of my favorite things to think of. Like, gosh, what would it be like if you could? And I was fascinated with the game. It also came at a really good time in my life. I was 15 years old. I was in that peak. Man, it's N64. It's still new. It's still hot. It's high school. It's talking about it. It is the battlefield of Link versus Cloud, Ocarina of Time versus Final Fantasy VII. It's the rankings back of the day on GameFAQs of who's the coolest character in gaming. And it was always Link versus Cloud were the final two. And they would trade off every year, but it was the Ocarina of Time model. It was surrounding myself with the first game, or second game, I should say, from Electronic Gaming Monthly to get 4 10s, only preceded by 1 month of Metal Gear Solid getting 4 10s. The bosses, the Rumble Pack, the ingenuity, the Z targeting, the music, the characters. For years, I would think, other games have come and gone. I can't hum that game's song. Other games have come and gone. I can't whistle that song of that game I liked, but Ocarina stuck with me for 20 years until finally The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild topped it and became my new favorite game of all time. It rivaled it when it came out in 2017, but I wasn't quite ready to pass the torch because I thought, for me to give a new game best game of all time status this late in my life, not late in my life in terms of elderly, close to my end, I hope, right? Just late in my life in terms of gaming. At the time, 9 years ago, I was 33. And here there's a game that recaptured the magic of my youth. How rare is it and how hard is it to be finding something from your youth again? Ocarina of Time, I have nostalgia for. I can acknowledge things have improved over it, but I have nostalgia for it, so I have a bias. Breath of the Wild was able to give me that nostalgic feeling and give me a bias towards it, simultaneously playing it for the first time. You are tapping into an inner love of a 33-year-old man who now has a wife, a son, and a daughter being born as Breath of the Wild is coming out, by the way. So there's also a sentimental time of, my daughter was born on March 17th. Ocarina of Time Breath of the Wild came out March 3rd. I'm playing Breath of the Wild with my 2-year, 4-month-old son as our daughter is coming. My wife's and my daughter so once again, it's another magical time. But beyond that, the game had to be big. It had to revolutionize the industry the way Ocarina did. And it did, not with Z targeting, but with this open air concept. It did amazing things that games didn't do before it, really, with this real world tangible physics engine where everything that you did was touched and palpable. It had great music. It didn't have as high of a level of bosses and dungeons that I put Ocarina, but overall, with the gliding mechanics, with the later DLC that you got to include in the game because it's a part of it, and the motorbike was a really good thing. Switching up the formula from dungeons to, I really like this micro dungeon aspect. Breath of the Wild became my number one. And if you ask me, what about A Link to the Past? What about Skyward Sword? That's why I said it's sad to put something at 6 and 7 or something like that, but there's so many good games. Mike knows what's up. But that's the top 5, and you can't really go wrong. Anybody's can be different, but that's my Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Time, Tears of the Kingdom, The Wind Waker, Twilight Princess.
I have to agree with you, Paul. I know that we had a debate on the channel, and in the back of my head, I'm trying to defend Tears of the Kingdom of being better than Breath of the Wild, and I'm just coming up with nonsense, right? But in my heart, I know Breath of the Wild was that mega game that just blew me away for the first time. Waking up Link with no memory, and then figuring out it's 100 years later. Where's Zelda? Oh my gosh, she's been trying to keep getting back for 100 years. What happened to all the all the cast, right? Their spirits are still alive within the divine beast. We have to. There's so much emotion in that game, when you see Mifa, what I don't even know how you say it. Is it Mifa or Mifa? Mifa, when you see her, and she had a thing for Link, right? She gave him the armor and everything, and in that moment we feel like, look at the armor. She made that for him. Wait, Mifa loved Link. and then she gave her life for that. That was just so emotional at the moment, right? So I gotta give it to you, Paul. And I admit it, it's Breath of the Wild is better than Tears of the Kingdom, at least when it comes to the that wow factor. And of course, Tears of the Kingdom did improve upon and added like the dungeons, right? Because I know with Breath of the Wild, people are like, what happened to the dungeons? This sounds too repetitive. The divine beast, blah, 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 blah. And then we had dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom, right? And so good improvement. Jersey, top 5, your ranking. It's time for the ranks of the ranks.
So, I just have to give a shout out real quick to someone in the chat. Figure drawing 4912.
Mhm.
He said, "Paul is a gentleman and a scholar, but it's a felony in 34 states to not have a Link to the Past on a Zelda top 5 list," and that is correct. So I'm not gonna dime you out, Paul.
Quick shout out to the I saw that somebody is new, the Danger Randy. Shout out to you. Welcome to the channel and to the podcast. Thank you for being here. First timer. They got a shout out.
So I was on the Nintendo Bite podcast on Wednesday. So those of y'all saw that, then you already know what my top 10 is. But I'm gonna try to say
top
something
5,
different.
top 5, not top 10, top 5.
I know, but then they already know my bottom 5. Is the point. So here we go. For number 5 is Tears of the Kingdom for me. The OG Zelda had the number 5 spot for years, obviously, until Tears of the Kingdom. I do know that Tears of the Kingdom is basically you getting trolls, Mike? You coming back, bro? Anyway,
I got trolls.
Yeah, we got trolls. That's okay. The mods will take care of it. But Tears of the Kingdom, even though it's basically Breath of the Wild randomizer, that's my loving term of endearment for it. I do think it just did what it's Breath of the Wild but better. I really enjoyed seeing the end of I don't know if it was the end, but I like seeing the wrap up with the Yiga clan. I really enjoyed finding Master Koga down there, and I was like, Koga, I know you hate me, but I'm happy to see you.
He's my favorite boss. He's so hilarious. The guy is so funny.
He's like a joke boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, hilarious.
Do not take this fool seriously. But I enjoyed his story anyway. And if you played Age of Calamity Hyrule Warriors, then you get a little bit more about his story as well, and how Master Koga kind of came to be. So at number 4 is Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time is, I know it's low-key like A Link to the Past repackaged, but it was a moment. So when I played Ocarina of Time, I was much older because I had been away from gaming for a long time, and I got back into it and everything. Now, I did know the big twist already before I played it. But what was fun for me and what made it one of my favorites is because of the build-up. You can tell me the solution, but I'm more interested in how did we get here? Why is this happening? Sort of thing. So that's what enticed me with Ocarina of Time, and also because it's similar to A Link to the Past, which, spoiler, that's my number 1. If you've been on this channel for 10 seconds ever, then you already know that. But Ocarina of Time also has the time travel element, and I think it was used very, very well. I will always say certain things like I don't understand how exactly time travel would make better sense, but I think they use the gimmick very, very well in Ocarina of Time. It's very interesting. How milk lasts for 7 years in your pocket as you sleep in the sacred realm. I don't know if the sacred realm is refrigerated. I mean, that's very possible. But even after that, I mean, 7 years is a long time. Even refrigerated milk can't last that long. But for some reason, it works. I don't know. So, number 3, I'm going to talk a little bit about this one. Is Majora's Mask. Not because it comes right after Ocarina of Time. I tease all the time that this is another another way that Nintendo doesn't know how to make sequels. But I guess in a way we can always argue that Majora's Mask is just what happened after Ocarina of Time. It doesn't have to necessarily link. But Majora's Mask is its own vibe, its own everything. It almost sits outside of it's Zelda, but it's almost sits outside of the world of Zelda as we know it. It's a very different vibe. From the get go. You are creeped out. Somebody's already hit you over the head, stole your ocarina and your horse. And it's like, I just pressed start. I didn't even have time to offend anybody yet. What? And then you meet the creepy mask salesman. He turns you into a Deku. You don't know what the heck a Deku is. And you're in this odd town, in this odd world where this moon is about to crash on some of the most sweetest and most beautiful people you'll ever meet. And you have the game emotionally ties you to it.
Yeah.
Because the more people you talk to and you learn their story, you care about what happens to them, especially the ones that have passed on. You have to help the dancer, who has passed on and he can't teach his dance to his students. You have Darunia, the strong elder head of the Gorons, who unfortunately passed away. He didn't even know he had even passed away. And he's worried about his people and what's going to happen with his people. And
I see the people. I like the movie.
No, seriously, Link was seeing dead people in Majora's Mask. He really was. Wow.
It was dead the entire time.
I know I've said this 100 times before, but there are two side quests in all of Zelda that just own my heart, and that is of course in Breath of the Wild, making Tarrytown. One of my most it was just beautiful. It's like I wish my country could do this in real life. And the Anduin Cafe quest from Majora's Mask. It is emotional, it is tension, it is stressful, and all you want is to bring this couple back together. Some terrible things have happened to Cafe, and why they've been separated, and you want to make sure that they greet the morning together. And the game is, Anuma, you had my blood pressure going through the roof, because that is a quest that takes all 3 of the days. For those that don't know, Majora's Mask is on a 3-day time cycle. So more time travel shenanigans. You can go forward, backwards, slow down time, speed up time, all kind of stuff. Yeah. So this one takes all 3 of the days to complete, and it is down to the very last, I think, minute that this couple finally comes back together. And you only have so much time to either rewind time or go, quickly to go try to get to the clock tower to defeat the final boss, whatever you're going to do. And then after you do some of these quests, if you go back around and talk to the same people, you find out a whole lot more tea. Majora's Mask is like the tea is piping hot. Okay, there's love triangles, people's kids and stuff. There is stuff going on in that world. So that game has an emotional hold on me. I cry almost every time I play it. It's beautiful, and of course the dungeons are amazing. But the game is really, 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 really big on side quests. So, but it's one of my best games. I always talk about I wish Nintendo would make a mature Zelda game.
Mhm.
Majora's Mask is kind of close to it. And maybe I look at it differently because I played it as an adult. I don't know if as a kid I would have noticed half of the stuff that I noticed.
Yeah.
But it has a different effect on me. There is a way to make mature games for mature people without cuss words, blood, gore, or whatever, right? So Majora's Mask was, in my opinion, is very close to that because of all the emotional, and the some of the topics are a little adult-ish or older-ish,
Mhm.
if you will. But there's no blood, cussing, gore, or anything. So there's that. So then we get to my number 2 spot, which is Twilight Princess.
Nice.
No surprises there. Um, Twilight Princess is the game that brought me back to gaming. So real quick story. I'm gonna make this really, really quick.
Mhm.
I was a child. My brother had an NES, and then all that good stuff. I was able to play Zelda. I didn't know what this gold cartridge was. It was the coolest thing ever. And then I got A Link to the Past, and then I had to step away from gaming for a number of different reasons. And then I got a little bit older, and I was told, gaming's for children. You can't play games anymore. And I actually believe that was sound advice for some reason. And I was at home one day. I'm like late 20s. I'm either 28 or 30 at this point, and commercial comes on, and it's for Twilight Princess. And I don't even remember everything from the commercial. I thought I saw Ganon. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But basically, I saw the commercial, and I said, I used to love The Legend of Zelda. I really need to play that. And then I had to know, like, hey, wait a minute. I'm an adult. So I took my adult money that weekend, bought a Wii, and bought Twilight Princess. And so it's beautiful that was the game that started me to love games, and in the same series brought me back. All from a commercial. Okay. Just like that day, that weekend, I went out and bought it. So Twilight Princess has the best dungeons, hands down. For the most part. There's only probably 2 dungeons that I can say are kind of meh. The bosses are.
Have I played it yet? The main ones?
No.
Okay. I did FireRed, and I'm now in Death Mountain, so.
No, Death Mountain is fun. Death Mountain is fun.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that boss. He's a good one. So it's not so, and it's also a little bit more of a mature looking Zelda in a way. In my opinion, they still look like teenagers. They're just not old, they're just, and they're not like 12 either.
What's with the little baby? Is that creepy little baby with a big head?
He's just one of the kids in the village.
Is that a baby? I don't know if it's a baby because the head is so huge, or is it like a little person?
He's a small child. He's just a small child. So I don't know how old he is. I could check Hyrule Historia.
They overdid it with his head. They overdid it. He looks so creepy.
Like, everybody in that village looks weird.
Yeah.
Remember the picture you sent us?
It was a little funny.
Like Link is literally the prettiest one there.
Yeah. And whatever the guy, the father figure, I don't know who, uncle, whoever he is, it's like his face is like, I don't know, it's weird.
It's like folding up and into itself.
Yeah, he looks like a cartoon and a human mixed together. Like they're trying to do a human cartoon.
Yeah. Wait till you meet some other people in the game. You're gonna have a blast with that. I don't want to get into it, but when Mike is finished with Twilight Princess, I will be happy to talk about it. Because there's
we'll have a podcast dedicated to Twilight Princess once I'm done.
Twilight Princess.
And if you can't, have you played Skyward Sword yet?
Yeah, I finished that one. Yeah.
Skyward Sword is in my top 10. You know Girahim?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
Skinny guy, annoying.
Yeah, Psycho Prince. That's what I call him because he reminds me he's so flamboyant, like Prince or David Bowie. Yeah. But he's completely psychotic.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so number 1, guys, to nobody's surprise, is A Link to the Past. Okay, A Link to the Past has had my heart probably my entire gaming life. It's just a darn good game. And I can say that game, in my opinion, has probably that, and even maybe A Link Between Worlds. But I'm gonna say A Link to the Past, hands down. That one has every single dungeon is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Every single dungeon is perfect. There is a secret in every corner. There is always somebody to talk to, a cave with, a guy that knows some knowledge for a few rupees. There's a whole other world, that it takes you to after you defeat the false king. Now you got to go after the big baddie. It is so much fun. There is no wasted space in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was intentional. The weapons were intentional. The weapons were unique. You had to really search to find different things, like the fourth bottle. That drove me crazy the first time I played the game. It's a different bridge. Those are some of my, and I just had such a good time with that game as a little girl.
Yeah.
And way back when, we didn't have guides and internet. All we had was our good sense, the manual that came with the game, which didn't tell you much either. And you just explored and you just went along. You just went along with the story and had a good time. So it is an excellent game. If anybody asks me what's the best game to cut my teeth on to really start getting into Zelda, I would tell you A Link to the Past.
Yeah. It's a good game
It
to
still
start.
holds up to this day.
Yeah.
And when I was a little girl, it took me hours to just wander around and look at things. And then I got grown and realized it only takes us about 6 hours to beat that game. But it's going to be the best 6 hours of your life.
Yep.
That's my list.
That's a good list. That's a good list. I know there was a rumor that didn't spawn from a Nintendo current person who leaks stuff or talks about something about a new Zelda game that has to do with dimensions, right? Different dimensions. And part of me was like, man, I wish that was a remake of A Link to the Past, but in the HD 2D type of art style, right? I know there's also I think they're working on Chrono Trigger in that way. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Chrono Trigger. You guys played Chrono Trigger?
Chrono Trigger?
Yeah. So I think that's the one they're actually remaking, but in the 2D HD remake kind of way. I want A Link to the Past made in that art style, a 2D. Leave the same Hyrule, same art style for the sprites, but put it in a beautiful like this beautiful kind of HD 2D type of I can just imagine like just walking up to where that little kid is. I think he died, right? The kid with the little bird around him and the flute.
Yeah, the game, as a little kid, I didn't get that, but when I got grown, I was like, oh.
That was his spirit.
Real quick, shout out to Lottie Tro here. No, I'm sorry. Was it Lottie? Oh, I'm sorry, Ali Sala. You're asking why Link has the pink hair. It's a technical glitch on the SNES.
Oh yeah.
I think when he gets a certain outfit, I forgot which outfit he gets. When he gets a certain outfit, it clashes with the blonde coloring and it makes him appear pink. But canonically, he's still blonde. Yeah. But I would really, really love it if Nintendo. And guys, we're going a little bit faster because Paul has to go, but I know we also wanted to talk about our big Zelda hope that's really out there and wild. I want them to canonically to just let a Link from A Link to the Past just canonically have pink hair. Just let him have pink hair. Okay, just do it, Nintendo. Just let him have pink hair. And I want, for my big crazy super, I want Nintendo to make a game like this, Cyberpunk Zelda, okay, and then our new Link has to like somehow link up with the old Links, and I want my favorite Link, to have pink hair in that scene. Yeah, just saying.
That'll be awesome.
Okay,
that'll be awesome. My crazy things will be really fast. A Zelda game where Link literally travels into through the timeline. And meets with other versions of their Link to acquire different abilities to come back, because it looks like they're in a Hyrule where history has erased itself. There's no knowledge of the past, of certain abilities and certain things, and so the only thing they can do is go back in time. And so they travel through timelines, try to relearn what was Hyrule, how was Hyrule, the everything, including Link learning new abilities, and then coming back with all those abilities to defeat this big giant, not Ganon, but the Return of Demise. That's that's my big crazy prediction.
Okay, I just gotta say this like super quick. There's something I have a thing about. Sorry, gotta take my meds. But there is a I have a thing about certain camera shots and photographs. You know how you just look at something, it's like, wow, that's a really good shot. You know what I mean? When you first walk into the fight with Demise and the way he stands up, it kind of almost takes over like the whole screen, and you see the his spikes and the fire start coming off of him and everything, and it's all of his hair is fire. I'm like, it's just a good shot. I'm like, I'm scared now.
Yeah,
Demise was scary.
I beat Skyward Sword after I beat Tears of the Kingdom, and so I've known different Ganons, and I still think Demise is the biggest, baddest, like looking final boss out of all of them, which is crazy with that fiery hair and everything. Your craziest prediction, Paul?
For Zelda in any way or gaming only?
No, Zelda.
Any kind of Zelda game. Zelda gaming or just Zelda period?
You can make up a game that you want to see, or maybe something Nintendo will do with Zelda, or
go ham, Paul. Just
your imagination. Your imagination is your limit.
This is a joke, but the next Zelda game is going to be a direct tie-in to the Zelda movie, and it's going to be Zelda the movie, the game. and that this is flashback to early 2000s. You had Harry Potter game, Lord of the Rings game, Matrix game. Anything that was a movie was getting a game. And
that's like so 90s. That's so 90s. They used to do that a lot.
That was the equivalent of decade. The older time of everything with a cartoon show gets a game. The movie.
Yeah.
Tiny Toons Adventures, Gilligan's Island, like anything was, that. So that's my joke, is that the next Zelda game is actually Zelda movie, the game.
The Flintstones did that. The Flintstones movie, the game.
Yeah.
So do we all show up at the theater where our controllers and then the actors just go where we push the
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Some other ideas. I like little brother mode, little kid mode, little sister mode, second player mode being incorporated in games. I like titles like Luigi's Mansion, giving you the ability to fully control Gooigi, but letting your lesser experienced younger sibling or your son or daughter take over Gooigi so that you could enjoy the experience together. Going back in time, I enjoyed The Wind Waker, but imagine if player 2 could have played as Makar, and it could have given them an opportunity. So I don't need a whole 2-player Zelda quest, but whatever the next Zelda game is, if they have a Navi equivalent, if they have a character who you could control or who is an NPC that otherwise kind of follows you around, let within the confines of the 3D space, a player to take advantage and play that. Because one, that's a great segue of introducing someone to the Legend of Zelda series, if it's an adult friend or a spouse or a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, to like, come on, play with me. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry. You can't die as this character. Just run around and have fun. And they could be enjoying the lore because they're a part of it, not just watching you play, but they're a part of it. Two, if you're a father, mother, have a kid, younger brother, sister, that's the way. So whatever the next big Zelda game is, if there is some kind of little NPC sort of character, I would like it to have an optional 2-player mode that player 2 could just do the dummy work, and not to be derogatory, but let that person have that little role. So that's not really like a big thing. That's just my, I kind of hope that. To what both of you said, though, I do like the idea, and I came up with this title as a what if. I've been thinking it too. The Legend of Zelda: The Coming Together, or The Legend of Zelda Coming Together, and I just pictured like 4 links sitting around a campfire because they had a time travel through time to meet each other, and like you got your Ocarina of Time link, a Link to the Past link. I don't know if Twilight Princess came out yet at the time that I came up with this idea, but the coming together. It was the coming together of the heroes to face off against whatever was going on, and it was just I pictured 4 links around a campfire. I'm like, oh man, and this kind of quest and how cool it would be. So yeah, maybe one day a Zelda game for links to come together to team up in some capacity. Or I do also really like what Joycey said, this cyberpunk-like futuristic Link on a motorcycle, the different bosses being in these neon city lights and stuff like that. And, instead of instead of Death Mountain and the Gorons, it could be like a sumo wrestler style place that's a Japanese bathhouse. And then they have heat coming from the earth that brings heat to the bathhouse. And that is where the modern day equivalent is of the old Death Mountain. And that's why it resonates heat all these years later. But they're not Gorons. They're like sumo stocky wrestlers that kind of have some facial features of the Gorons. And that's how you bring the past characters into the present and kind of modernize them. And like the Zoras could be these lean swimmers from like nomadic kind of tribe of folks. And this modern day Link has to go apart this, and then he finds out that he's a part of this bigger thing that Hyrule used to be, this big thing. Bam! Like that is a really cool direction. So yeah, there you go. I guess those are my ideas.
I'm gonna give you I want to help you out, Paul. That idea of links joining each other. I love the idea. I hate the name. Let me help you about the name. The coming together is not great. The gathering of the chosen, or chosen united.
Gathering of the chosen, that kind of works.
Yeah, gathering of the chosen. They're all chosen.
Or just the Legend of Zelda, The Chosen, and it's just like a sword on the cover of the box, and it's like Dark Link. But you notice that we all kind of have the same thought process. It would be cool if all the links literally linked up.
Yeah.
It'll be like that Spider-Man meme, and they're all.
I mean, there's only one Master Sword.
Yeah. True. That's another good thing. But I would like for us to again. Okay, and Paul, I'm so sorry. I know you got to go, but did y'all see Romeo and Juliet, the Claire Danes and Leonardo DiCaprio version?
Mm-hmm.
That was our 90s. Shout out to Avito Libido. Next Zelda should be Metrovania style. That'd be interesting, actually. I wouldn't mind it. I'll try it. I'll try it once.
They kind of are similar.
True. But anyway, y'all remember in the movie how to update it Shakespeare, so whenever they talk about swords and everything, because they're still using the old Shakespeare language, but of course this is a 90s movie, so the movie is current in its surroundings. So the guns were swords. Any references to horses, they were talking about the car, you know what I mean? So when I think about a cyberpunk Zelda, I think of the Epona like 8000, and it's like a really cool motorcycle, and the Master Sword can like switch up and change form and change into a futuristic weapon kind of thing, and then that Link has to go visit other links in the timeline or whatever to put together the huge puzzle and fight the great big bad, which is, if you played Echoes of Wisdom, you kind of have an idea about that.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII it kind of takes place in it looks kind of cyberpunk, right? It has this cyberpunk kind of feeling, and then he has this just big giant sword with him. So I think the Master Sword beats out that weapon anytime. It doesn't have to be like it can be the same exact Master Sword. You know, it's a legendary Master Sword, right? With fire inside, and it's you
Well,
know
I'm just
the
saying it should just switch shape or whatever. It could have sword like elements, but it's still a weapon of the future. If we're gonna
Mhm.
go cyberpunk, we gotta kind of go all in. We can't halfway do it. So we can't
Yeah.
have a sword while he's riding the Epona 4,200
They
million
point over a
horsepower,
400 horsepower.
and the year's like 5076, and we're on planet Earth like 10
Yeah,
or whatever. I don't know if this Earth is gonna last that long. We'll see. So that's what I think about, something, and it doesn't have to. And all the Zeldas start out dystopian, so it's gonna already be dystopian.
yeah,
So,
that's hilarious.
so
The Epona motorcycle was 400
yo,
400
and then if they get a deal with Harley Davidson and actually make a real one and sell it for an obscene amount of money,
I mean that would be
Nintendo, you
great.
just leaving money on the table. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Paul, any last word you want to add?
No, just I'm here for anything. You know, we I won't make it long, but I have faith in Nintendo because Nintendo has never steered wrong. I know a few weeks ago when Nintendo fully unveiled the Ocarina of Time Lego set, some of us were talking about what if they went with Lego for Zelda?
Mm.
Like the Wind Waker, it's not what I want next, but I could see Nintendo's brain moving and they would make a Lego game work really well with building the land, with blowing stuff up, with tangible things, with weapons, with bombs, with humor, with enemies, with a cool castle, with cinematic views. I have faith that Nintendo would do it with that art style, that medium. You know what I mean? Because they've never done it wrong. And whenever they decided to go different, you got beautiful things. 3D Zelda was different. Ocarina of Time was different than the first 2D, the first three 2D Zeldas before it. You know, making Link go 2D and hopping on a wall in a 3D world like The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, that was different, but that was a good game. A cell shaded cartoony Zelda, The Wind Waker, that was different than the 2D, the two different 3D ones we got. That worked. A Zelda without traditional dungeons, in the traditional sense that we've been used to, Breath of the Wild, that worked. So, who's to say that Lego blocks as a visual medium to work in the game could it be handled well? Nintendo knows what they're doing.
That's Boomy's word. That's Boomy's word.
Can I say one more thing just because Ali Sala asked me?
Uh-huh.
I apologize to the Gale babies because they're probably like, we want our dad right
You're not
now.
going to answer what is your top 10, right?
I'm not going to explain all of them, but I can tell them real quick. I have them written down. Skyward Sword, A Link Between Worlds, Breath of the Wild, Echoes of Wisdom, and number 6 is the OG Zelda, and I already went over my top 5. Yeah, Boomini's right though, but I wouldn't. But to Paul's credit though, Boomini, about a Lego Zelda, hear me out. That's a good way to draw in a younger audience because Nintendo's doing well because we're the Nintendo kids. Okay, they need to get the youngins kind of into their system as well. That's what a lot of this new My Mario and Mario Baby stuff is about. So to be fair, a Lego Mario, Lego Zelda, it could do well for the youngins, but I don't want that either. I want it big, dark, and cyberpunkish, and I want us all to ride the Pona 4000 that has like a trillion horsepower in it, and the Master Sword that I don't know somehow changes into crossbow bazookas or something.
You know why I'm okay with it? Because I'm
You're
42.
open-minded.
I'm 42, and I plan on living at least 66 more years. I plan on living to 108, okay? I plan on living long enough that in those next 66 years, I'll probably experience about 10 more Zelda games. If one of them has to be a 2D, or not a 2D, but a Lego game, and it does more good for the series than not by bringing it to more people, I'll get eventually those other 9 being a motion control one, a dark one, a realistic one, a new cell shaded one, a 2D side scrolling one. It's fine. It's what I said to people that I remember, fellow adult men and women and folks of all sorts cried and complained and rioted over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when Raphael was made the leader and Leonardo was made to be a second Michelangelo almost in the rise of the TMNT series. People freaked out. People were so upset. And I'm like, Ninja Turtles is strong, folks. It's been around for 3 decades. Let this iteration come and go, and it's going to go right back. And you'll have more Ninja Turtles for another 30 years. Let them do something different. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it helps, it helps. And if it doesn't, you've got your IDW comics. You've got your new live action movie that's going to happen. You've got your Ronin that's on the side. Like, it's going to be okay. Since I plan on living for another 66 years, I'm okay with something not being necessarily what I want, because overall, number one, I have faith in Nintendo. Number two, I'll be here for the other 9, you know? And it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Because the
Listen.
same thing happened with Ninja Turtles. I kid you not, because I love TMNT.
Yeah.
So many people, adults in their 30s, were crying. How could you make Raphael the leader? This is not Turtles that I know. Just wait 4 more years. Turtles will be remade into a new series, and Leonardo will be leader again. Come on.
When did this happen? Like recently?
This was, oh boy, not this current season, not this current series, but like I want to say around 2018 or something.
Okay.
Rise of the TMNT.
All right. Is this the weirdly drawn one, cartoon one?
A little bit weirdly drawn. Raph was the leader. They didn't use their main weapons. It went all mystical powers.
Oh wow, yeah.
Very, very different.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different telling of the story, so you know. Yeah. But I wouldn't put it a Lego Legend of Zelda game. It's not out of the question. It's not out of the question. You know, Lego and Nintendo already have a relationship. They Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. This is the second tree they make, right? The other one was a Breath of the Wild slash Ocarina of Time tree. This one is an Ocarina of Time tree, you know. So it's not out of the question. I would play that game. I think it'll be great.
Because it's Zelda, I would have to. I would just have to.
Yeah.
And that would be my whole defense in that. Why would you play a Lego game? It's Zelda. What am I supposed to do? Not play it?
Right.
Just because I don't want it doesn't mean I'm not going to play it. But Nintendo, I know you got people out there that watch all the different podcasts. There's some people that are not typing.
Yeah.
We giving you ideas. Work on that.
All right, friends, we have reached the end of the podcast tonight. This is the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda happening. Well, it's happened for everybody in UK already, and in Japan, it's already the 40th anniversary. It's Paul still ways away from the 40th anniversary. Here, it's happening in about 2 hours. So that means Paul is 5 hours away from his anniversary.
I'm 3 hours away, roughly.
If you're watching this on Saturday, we're having a live stream, a special anniversary live stream where I'll be playing Not Skyward Sword. Twilight Princess. Like you guys wanted me to watch me play Twilight Princess, so I'll be playing that on stream tomorrow in celebration
Do you
of the
need me to
anniversary.
be there? Do you need me to be there so I can be your phone a friend?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Here.
I'll try to be there.
So go ahead and follow Paul Gale Network, X, Twitter, YouTube. He has countdowns. He has a lot of history in his channel. Not only his recent stuff, but look at his old stuff too. He has a lot of martial arts, really cool videos. He is a martial artist. He is an instructor. He has his own school. There's a lot with Paul that you can subscribe to and enjoy a lot of content. So please go ahead and subscribe right now if you have not done so. Paul, what's your account number right now? What's your subscriber count?
8,611, I think.
All right, let's make Paul hit 10K in no time. So make sure to subscribe to Paul Gale Network. Joycey J, the Queen. The Queen is not on YouTube just yet. We're gonna will it into existence, but you can find her on X at DJ Joycey J. Ask her anything, right, Joycey? Like Bayonetta questions, anything from these. What other games you besides Zelda?
Octopath Traveler,
Mm-hmm.
which I need to finish. The last boss. It's so long. Every time you think you killed it, it's just like, no, there's another phase. And you kill that, and then there's another phase. And then by then you're so low on health. It's like, good Lord.
And this is Zero, right? Octopath Zero.
This is Octopath Zero. This is I'm sorry. Once more, I gotta plug my game. I know a lot of people are always concerned about the price of gaming, but let me just tell you, this is a game that is worth $70.
It's $70.
I have a minimum. I have about. What'd you say, Mike? I'm sorry.
It is $70 right now.
Yeah, Octopath Traveler Zero. It's a brand new game. It came out December 4th last year.
It's on sale.
It's on sale?
Yep.
Guys, this game, after playing the first two, my first playthrough is 200 hours.
Wow.
Woo.
There is so much to do. There's side quests. There's lots of dungeon crawling. There's lots of quests. And then the story has nothing but constant twists and turns, like whiplash coming at you. It's if it's worth it at 70, it's worth it on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could be playing that game if you're somebody who has a very limited time and you can't do 3, 4, 5 long hour play sessions. That's a game that will keep you occupied all year.
And it's from Square Enix, right? Square Enix.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Square Enix is known for putting their games on sale every now and then. So if you don't find it, like if by the time you listen to this podcast you don't find it, keep an eye out. They're always on sale. And again, Joycey said it's worth the $70 if you have to invest that. So that is great. You can find me here at the Odyssey well, not Monday through Friday. I'm still in transition, but I'm starting to develop a pattern, a routine, trying to go back to my daily videos. We've grown about 350, 400 subscribers over the past, 3 days? And I don't know what's happening, but I want to thank everybody who's new to the channel. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you more than you know. On the way to 60K, once we get there, then we'll give away a Nintendo Switch 2 before the prices go up. Eventually, if it goes up, game of your choice. And we'll have a really cool celebration live stream once we hit that milestone. So, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching here at the Nintabe Podcast. The Legend of Zelda 40th anniversary celebration is just hours away. Next week is the Pokemon anniversary. Pokemon, gotta get them all. And that's gonna be next week.
It's my destiny.
And so you know what the podcast is gonna be next week. Pokemon 30th anniversary. When is the presents on the 27th, right?
Yeah,
that's a Friday. That's a Friday.
Yep.
So basically, the podcast is going to be the aftermath of the Pokemon anniversry, dedicated to Pokemon fan 34. That's your name.
I did that only for you, Poke.
So we'll see you guys in the next adventure here at the Odyssey. But before we let you go, we got 2 things we got to let you know. Listen, this is important. This is important. 1, don't give up. Don't do it. Never give up. You never know. If you give up today, you never know what you're missing out on tomorrow. Maybe what you're looking for, maybe what you're fighting for, is just one day away, just 1 minute away. And if you give up now, then you'll never know whether that goal will ever come. So make sure you don't give up. Don't do it. Okay. And the journey continues. Like Byzantanium said, journey on. All right, friends. We'll see you guys in the next one. Signing out. 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.
Bye.
If I find the
Have a good weekend, guys.
I'm waiting for Josie to tell me that in the podcast she's tired.
In the podcast, Mike, I'm tired.
Wait, now I can't.
Oh my gosh.
Mid-Topic Podcast, all things Nintendo.